Hello again there folks, Lone Adventurer here. Thanks very much for stumbling your way upon my channel and joining me on this adventure. This is part 2 of my playthrough of 52 Realms Adventures, the Tomb of the Ever-Wandering Soul, a game that is coming to Kickstarter very soon. If you want to get a good feel for the game, I'd recommend going back to part 1 of this playthrough. There'll be a link up in the corner of the screen right about now, and in the description down below, where there'll also be a link to the Kickstarter page where you can check it out. So we're going to try and finish this. We're going to try and take our hero, our barbarian, from their current location, which is this spring room here, and we're going to take them up, hopefully, to face the final boss. Currently, we have, our barbarian has wounds equal to 10, 10 points of damage. If that hits 25, it's all over. We've got 5 points worth of loot. We've got a couple of health potions, and we've got a healthier range of equipment down at the bottom here that we can use in the various situations we find ourselves in. So we've just got to make a decision about where we're going to go next. I reckon we will go over this way, simply because every corridor encounter we've had so far has been an enemy, and I just want to show you what happens when you encounter one of these little difficulty symbols. These are travel costs, so it's just a cost for travelling through that corridor. So that symbol there has a 10 on, so we need to dedicate 10 points worth of equipment card in order to pass through this space. So as you would imagine, we will use our 10 of spades there, and then we have successfully passed through that corridor into the next room, which is this room here with a weakened wall in it. So now that we are in this new room with the weakened wall, we have to make a decision about what equipment cards we're going to dedicate to overcoming this obstacle. Now, sometimes you'll be limited to a particular suit or a particular colour. Here we've got these two symbols up at the top, which indicate that we can use any black card and any red card. So that is good. However, below it says it's got to be even cards only. Luckily, all my cards are even, so that is all good. And if we look here, we have got 3 possible outcomes based upon the value of the cards we dedicate to this challenge. So if we dedicated cards of a value between 0 and 6, we would receive 1 wound. If we do no cards, it's 0, so that's always going to happen if we want to go through this space. If we dedicate value of 7 or greater, we would get 1 reward, and if we dedicate cards value 13 or greater, we get 2 rewards. Now, I want to ideally not use up too many of my cards, because I know the next corridor has got a monster encounter in it, whether I like it or not. But I want to not receive a wound, so I'm going to dedicate my queen, which is a value of 12, a rank 12, and that gets me 1 reward. But maybe I should be... if I dedicate this 2 as well, then I'd get 2 rewards, because on 13 plus you get 2 rewards. So maybe I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm getting myself into a position where I'm not going to be ready to do the next fight, but I think I'm in that situation anyway, and 2 rewards is quite tempting. So 2 rewards means we're going to get 2 cards worth of reward. That's pretty good. Oh, that is nice. Okay, so what item could that be? It would be changing 1 equipment card to any value from 1 to 13 or any suit for 1 action. That would be good, but these are quite high value cards. I think I'm going to take that one as an equipment, and that one we'll put in as loot to get our loot score up a little bit. That's that room done. So am I going to go this way or am I going to go this way? Now, looking at my card stack, I'm doing okay there. We've got a reasonable amount of cards left. I'm just thinking if I go this way, it's a less direct route. Is it? 1, 2, 3. If we go this way, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this is a more direct route, but you can always branch off there and go that way. I don't know, I don't really know. I'm going to go this way, so we're going to be facing this bee enemy here. Ooh, so that is quite a powerful enemy by the looks of things. Because the king is worth, it is a powerful enemy, because the king is worth 13. This is a bee enemy, so it's 13 plus 10. So this is an enemy with 23 HP and starting on an odd number. Okay, that's okay now because I've got an odd numbered equipment card now. So that will help us. Let's look at our first card here. So this enemy is a goblin. This heart means they instantly destroy the top card. That's annoying. But they're not directing any damage towards us. So we are now free to attack. I'll probably be attacking with the jack, which is value 11. So that'll take us from 23 down to 12. That's good. So we're going to tap the jack to do that. That will allow us to untap one card. We'll untap our queen, I think, because the queen can potentially kill the enemy in one go in the right situation. Same again. So we are destroying a card. That's pretty rough. Then that's all good because we can use our queen to attack. That's doing 12 points of damage, which takes the goblin down to 0 health. And because we did it in 2 battle rounds, we get to keep this card as loot, which is pretty huge. That's really going to help us. And this card, our battle reward, we will put in as a cloak of deception. I think that will come in handy. Onwards. Now the next room, a spring, we can do one of two things. We can either untap all of our cards or lose a wound. And obviously what I'm going to do is untap all of my cards, which puts us in a good situation for the next fight. Okay, so we now have a choice between going up into this room here, which contains a goblin horde, or going this way into the room that contains a strange illusion. Now I think I'm going to go this way purely because we haven't done a room of this type yet. So we're going to go into this corridor. We need to pay a travel cost of 9. So we'll pay that with our 10 of spades and move into this room. Now this room has this little, I think it might be an eye symbol in the middle. And what that means is that we will draw a card. And based upon what the suit of that card is, there will be a different outcome. So if we draw clubs, it will be loot, spades an item, diamonds a wound, and hearts an enemy. And we have got some loot. That's good news. So that card becomes a loot card, and we can carry on into the next room. We've got one more room before we get to the boss. So we're either going to go this way, up into this room in which there is a glowing chest, or this way where it's the goblin horde. If we go into the goblin horde room, we've got to face an enemy. If we go up this way, we've got to pay a travel cost. Now there's a risk in the glowing chest of taking 2 wounds, or 1 wound. So interesting, it would either be loot or wounds. So quite a high risk room there, and I guess that's just to boost up your loot score before the final room. I've got plenty of cards here, so I'm doing all right in terms of that. Should we have one more enemy before we go into the boss room? So we're facing a B enemy. Oh, it's quite a... Oh, that's good. Ah, interesting. So if you've got 2, which one becomes the enemy? If you've got 2 matching cards, because usually it's the higher value card that becomes the enemy. So I guess I'll randomise it. That'll be our enemy. That'll be our reward. That is a lizard. So this is our first lizard that we have faced. So we got 11 plus 10, so 21. And let's get into it. So 2 of spades. That means that it's going to attack at level 2. We would get a bonus if we exactly blocked it. So if we blocked it with our 2, then it would lose 2 XP. But really I want to do a lot of damage here. So we're going to take it on with our queen probably. That'll do 12 points of damage. maybe we should be using our jack. The jack is 11, so that would take us down to from 21 to 10. That is good because that hits that little sword symbol there that we haven't had yet, and that is a parry. And that means that their action won't get to resolve, although really attacking with a 2 is quite low risk anyway. But I think I'm going to do that. We'll do that. That takes us down to 10. Parrying, blocking their attack. That's good. We've got 10 points of damage left. We've drawn an 8 of spades, 8 of clubs, which is attack X plus 5. So 13. So that's quite a beefy attack. That could be a problem. Now we could kill this creature with our queen. And the only reason I'm hesitating is because I kind of like had this dream of untapping a whole bunch of stuff by resting during this combat. So I was going to rest and then kill it in a later round, because I thought it'd be good to untap all our cards before we get to the boss. Did I say that already? I might have said that already. I'm struggling to decide what the best course of action is here, so I think I'm just going to kill it and worry about it later. I think there's probably a better way of dealing with that, but we're just going to kill the lizard. And I think we did that in 2 rounds of combat, which means we get to keep this because of the frenzy ability. I never used the axe fling or the deadly riposte, and I'm sorry about that. I think they probably could be useful. I just sometimes struggle to remember to use special abilities in combat. Yeah, too many variables. But I think if I played multiple times, I would start to use those a little bit in order to really push to improve my score. Right, so we've got this. Ooh, we're going to make that a strength potion, because a strength potion allows you to ready all of your equipment cards. And we can do that straight away. You can use items, at any point. So I'm going to immediately use that to ready all my equipment cards. That was perfect timing. On into the next room, draw 3, keep 1 as loot, 1 as an item. Oh, I think we will definitely pop that as an item. So that's another strength potion. And we can use that during combat as well, I think, without losing our action. So that's great. That means I'm really going to be in a good position with this boss to take it out. And then I guess we'll just put that in there as loot. And then that item goes on the bottom. We're quite low on cards now. I have cut it pretty fine. Going into the final room, into the boss room. So here we are, our boss. I guess we just treat it largely the same. Yeah, it's not. That's not too high a card, so that is good. Boss is rank C, so this is going to be 15 plus the 7, so that's what, 22. Not too bad. I think we've had a 22-point enemy already, haven't we? And it's a ghoul. Our final boss is a ghoul. Right, so yeah, we just need to get into this, don't we? 3 of spades, attack 7. We can only defend with equipment of black suits. 7-point attack. And just to remind you, we've done quite well with wounds. We've still only got 10, so we need 15 points of wounds in order to actually kill us. So I think it's just going to be a rapid attack here. We will attack with our queen. So that is 12 points of damage, down to 10. And actually that is a parry, so that blocks their action. 8 of hearts. That's instant. Heal 6 HP. That's quite annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We don't action the little effect there. That only happens when we do damage, remember? So that's instant. So that's happened. That's out of the way. They're on 16 health, so we will use our jack to do 11 points of damage, going down from 16 to 5. Another round of combat. 5 of diamonds. If not damage, heal 5 HP. Well, we're definitely damaging because we're going to use our 10, and that defeats the boss. And there you go. I have successfully completed my playthrough here. Didn't work out on the first 2 playthroughs I did off camera, but I think that might have been because I was doing the rules a little wrong. So yeah, with some careful management, managed to get through quite easily. I've got 6 cards left in my deck, so it's quite well balanced in that way. We'll work out our final score in a second. I have to say, and bear in mind that I don't know what the final Kickstarter is going to include. I'm sure it will include multiple hero classes. I'm sure it will include multiple dungeon maps that you're going through. I'm a little bit disappointed that the boss wasn't slightly more challenging than it was. I feel like maybe the boss should not only be an enemy that has a greater amount of HP, maybe the boss should have additional special abilities as well that they are throwing at you, just in order to make that final encounter different to the other enemy encounters that you have during the game. But other than that, I think this is quite a clever little system, and I'm interested to see where the designers take it, because I know for a fact that they're quite supportive of the systems that they create. They always provide additional content, so it won't just be what we see on the table now. Let's work out the final score. We get 2 points per item card, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the sum of the ranks of the loot cards. So I make that a total of 68 points, which sounds pretty good to me, but I won't know until I play again and see whether I can beat that score, I guess. But there you have it, folks. That is the Tomb of the Ever-Wandering Soul, the first dungeon of 52 Realms Adventures. It'll be coming to Kickstarter soon. I'm sure it'll be very affordable. It's a nice little system. As I said, I like the fact that you don't have to write on it, so I can use these sheets that I've printed out over and over again. And yeah, it's good. I like it. If you want to see more adventures just like this one, do consider subscribing to my channel. If you pop into my channel, there is a playlist that you can check out to start a new playthrough. So all of the games that I've played, the first part is in that playlist. In fact, I will include a link to that in the description down below. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button as well. That really does help. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.